All right, let's get into it. So I think last time I just got the Mageblood, and I didn't really do anything else. Lots of things have changed since then. I guess not that much, but gear wise. Okay, let's see what changed. First of all, the Mageblood I got. I wanted the shiny one. I think I wanted the shiny one, and I had 114 divines at the time. So I thought I'm just gonna, get the cheapest shiny one, and then I can just divine it to a decent state. And I think I used like 6 divines to hit the four flask, but it had a really bad dexterity roll. So I think I threw a few more divines later when I had more money. And as you can see, I got very lucky because I hit max roll on the dexterity with a 4 flask. And look, the resistances are very good as well. So I got very lucky on that one. Gloves are the same because as I said previously, it keeps going up. The one that has the curse on hit and feeble. Last time I checked, it was 50 divines, which is yeah, like that's a bit too much, I think. And I don't know if this was necessary, but I had a 33 dexterity one, and I bought a 40 like a max roll on the dexterity. And I tried and also tried to get the highest evasion I could find, even though I don't care as much about evasion at the moment. But yeah, that changed. Here I had the faster start of energy shield, but as you can see, I don't really go into energy shield. So it was fine that I annulled. I basically did the annul because I needed a free space to craft the 6% attribute mastercraft. So I rolled the dice. I mean, if I ruined it and if I annulled like the mana or the dexterity, I would have just gotten another one. But I didn't get. I probably could get a one that's like a little bit better, right? Like with a tier 1 mana roll. But then I have to roll. I had to roll the Exarch and Ether stuff as well, and that can be pretty expensive. So at the moment, I'm just keeping this. But anyway, I managed to hit the annul, and I crafted the attributes. I got this. I think it was like something
What was I thinking
15,
about
15
just now?
divines maybe, or something like that. I think it was 15 because I see that you can have a rare that is a lot stronger, the base that you get from heist, but I think that's way too expensive for me, and I'm not playing enough to grind that currency out. So I think that this is just gonna be what I'm settling on, and that's it. And then the quiver, I think it was 16. From what I see, it would be like what the Pierce that I maybe that's the one that could be or would be the movement speed, the place for the movement speed. So I think this is like a quote unquote failed craft. So like I guess you would ideally want movement speed over the like a Pierce additional targets. Like that obviously that's basically a dead mod. So I have a 5 mod giver, but that's tier 1 life, tier 1 chaos, tier 1 dex, has the additional arrow, which is quite important, and it has a good base. So I think that's fine. Yeah, helmet is still the same. I got another video hail that is I think it was 7% better. I had a 237 and I had 244. I was thinking about the max roll, but I was like, that's very expensive. I mean, it's not very. It's like 20 something divines. And so yeah, helmet the same. ring is still the same, but I am looking at a different one, and I'll get to that right away. So I changed this, and I was looking for one that has chaos res on it. So now I have 132. Like, let's say here I have like 60 without the flask up here. It's like, obviously if I have this up, I'm kept. I am 60 without it. And my idea is, right, is that so I'm looking for a ring that has higher dexterity, like probably similar mana, and I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, life is nice, but if I don't have life, that's fine. So basically, I just want like a really high dexterity, really high dexterity, high mana, basically high mana. And ideally, I would want something that has like all attributes or something. I mean, which is, I suppose, a kind of a prerequisite for this to be like really high dexterity, because then you would like have what dexterity, and then you would also have probably all attributes on it somewhere. That would give some more int. And the reason for that is why I want it is that right, I have here. I'm probably not gonna level higher than 97. I am at 96 at the moment. And if I level one more, then I can take this out because I need this at the moment. Otherwise, everything falls apart. And that's 1 point here. And I have the kind of floating point here. So that's 2 points. And then if I level up, I have 3. And then I take this out for 5. And then I could do the cluster. And then I have another jewel slot. That's 1. And then also
But the angular
another
momentum.
jewel passive, like what something like it would probably be like prismatic heart and maybe just another scintillating idea, something like that. And I would want the one that has like an easy access. So like the one that has a small travel, one big here, and then here the jewel stats. So like not something like this, but something that has like the three big ones, and then you want the third one that you don't need. You want it to be on this side, so you can just go in here and it's small, big, socket. So yeah, something like that. I don't know how much that is at the moment, but that's the aim, and then that should get me more than what I get from these points now. But for that I need a ring that can give enough intelligence for me to be able to equip my chest, I guess, because 173 is it. And if I do the 3, obviously because there are percentage increases, then if I take out the 30 intelligence, then I lose more than 30 intelligence. So at the moment, this is what I have. So what I need basically is that I need to get money again, right? Because you can see I'm very poor because uh I also bought what vacant fork. It was like what 11. This one's a few did as well. Like I said, that was 16. That was 15. And what else? Oh yeah, that was 4. The enhance, that was 4 divines, I think. Yeah, I swapped to flesh and stone as well because let's see, I have 155, and I mean to that, like
Who's that?
percentage wise, right? The total movement speed that I have, the additional from the haste is not as relevant anymore compared to the flesh and stone. Up to 20% less damage. So it basically, I mean, ideally, I wanna run up to the target to be in their face, like I'm in the AOE and I get the maximum reduction. And then, as you see, defense, 86% on all. And then I also have what? I have the Mage Bane, so I have the suppression, 100%. And the main reason that I'm doing it now, aside from getting the microphone, is that I hit 2000 dexterity. It's a nice number, and I don't think I really want to worry about getting too much more than that. But like I said, if I get a good one here that gets mirrored by the Calandra's touch, and then it could go to like with that and doing this cluster jewel thing, I should be able to get what, 2100, probably something like that. But I don't think I'm really going further than that because
Maybe if I attach several
I could
blades.
get into my empty slot. I could probably get Emperor's Mastery, which was like 40 divines last time I checked. That would be nice, but aside from that, anything that's like really reasonable, I already got. Like I might max roll dexterity here, max roll dexterity here. This one is pretty good. This one again, max roll dexterity. I can get another 6% increase from this one. I could probably look for one that has a 10% mana instead of 6, and then my mana goes up a little bit higher. But I think this is basically it. And from here I gotta figure out if I wanna maybe possibly, but very, very unlikely. But maybe I could, I don't know, run another, like level another character, but I don't know because like I have the character built up. I probably should actually play with the character, right? Oh yeah, this craft I could, craft the plus 2 mana, so like min maxing kind of stuff. But aside from that, oh yeah, one more thing here. Like ideally, I would want the theory. This series promise I would want that to replace with the Maven Flask Progenesis, and that's another upgrade. What I think that I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna actually start doing Uber Mavens once I actually leveled up, and I probably won't level anymore. And I'm just gonna do that until I get the flask.
Welcome
Is what I
to the
expect,
forge.
which will probably be quite
Oh.
expensive if I don't get lucky. Because if I look at the fragments, the reality fragment is one fragment is 1.7, like 1.5. Yeah, it's like let's say 1.5 divines per fragment. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So that's like one more thing that I can consider as a goal, aside from leveling up. Yeah, this is pretty much is. What else? Oh yeah. I just wanted to say that here, like, this is fine. Like, I take it off. Losing the lightning is fine because then if I get one that doesn't have any res on it, I can just harvest swap the fire into lightning, and then I'm comfortably capped on everything, like all the resistances, and yeah. And the reason like I wanted one that has something that has chaos res on here
What was a
is
thicker
that I
blade
just
this
unite to
night?
60, and I guess I'm close to capped without the flask. I don't know. Like, I mean, it doesn't feel amazing, right? Like losing, but basically I only have that. Like, what am I gonna die to? That I don't have the flask up here, and then I that 16% chaos res. How relevant is that really? I don't really think that it's very relevant. Basically, already at the moment, the only issue that I really run into is that like I feel very tanky. But obviously, if I get hit by something and I lose all my mana and I can't leech it back because, as you know, right, all physical damage is taken from mana before life, but sometimes that can just mean that I lose all my mana if I hit like a bad timing, right? Like I slam the cloak, I go down to 6k, and then ideally I have a leech running, like from these pods or whatnot, and like all the hits here. Ideally I have the leech running and I can bring this back. But if I get hit like a bad combo, like I use the cloak and then I get hit by something, because like that's basically my physical mitigation is mainly just having a huge pool here, like all the mana here and then the life here. That's my phys mitigation basically. And I have all these, like that's great for the elemental. Feel very tanky against that. But the phys can be rough. So like that's basically when I die. Is when I run into that. And then obviously I have no mana, and then I do not, I cannot use my abilities. It doesn't trigger, doesn't leech back mana, doesn't leech back life, and that's when I just run around, can't really do anything. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that I feel immortal or anything, but in most cases I should be fine. And also one more last thing is that I need a better setup, which is gonna be pain, because I am still running the destructive play here, as you can see. And the problem with that is that that makes me not really wanna run maps anymore. Like I'm basically running bosses. That means I don't really get the gold and I don't really get the XP. And that's another reason why it's like so hard to level, when I basically just log in and I do bosses, and it doesn't really give me XP. So yeah, but that's gonna be pain in the ass. So I don't know if I'm ever gonna do that. As you can see, I don't even have secondary setups. But yeah, I should say that character is, aside from the cluster stuff and the ring, a better ring, it's like pretty much what it's gonna be at the end state. So yeah, I took it dexterity. That's nice. I like it. Feels good. Character is strong. Not as strong as other people's Mana Forge arrow setups, but it is what it is. And let me just say that, and then I'm gonna stop. Is that I do not bother with idols at all, and I know that how profitable idols can be if like you actually know what people are looking for, and you know what is valuable and what isn't. And if you are doing recombinating idols, that's another moneymaker, as at least from what I've heard and from what I've seen from other people. So I'm basically, you could say that I'm losing a bunch of money because I'm not doing that, but I do not want to do that, so I'm not doing it. And that also means that I have a slower pace in gearing my character up. Like as you can see, I'm not really sitting on mountains of gold or anything, or I mean money. So it is what it is. But yeah, character feels pretty strong. There was some rough patches earlier, but I mean, obviously once you get to the mage, but the character starts feeling pretty good usually. All right, that's it. I've yapped enough. All right, thank you, and have a nice day. Bye bye.